What's up, Vetters? Patrick here with Vetted. Today we are talking about this.
Alright guys, it's showtime. Gonna take this drill. We're gonna see what we can do here. I hope somebody will at least save this in case I die. What is that? Oh no, I'm sorry.
All right, Vetters, please hit that like button. That really helps out the videos. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, y'all. Trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All right, so what's the gist here, y'all? Okay, basically, I did not want to make this video, but I felt I had to. I mean, I was chilling today out in the town square, just eating some great beef, as you can see here. Best steak I've had in years. And I've got to come make this video because people are going berserk online thinking this guy just drilled into a UAP, okay, a UFO, an alien mini cigar-shaped spaceship that he's been making videos about for a long time. Basically, he drilled into it, saw an orb, and died, you know. But honestly, I think he was trying to convey that he got abducted, and people are like, I died, you know. People are freaking out. People are genuinely concerned about this guy losing his life, so much so that people are looking into, you know, call the authorities, call his family, find out where he's at. And, you know, when we'll get into all that, I'm not going to go over that. I'm not here to dox the guy. I'm not here to tell you where he lives, any of that stuff. That stuff's floating around, but we're not covering any of that stuff. Okay. I'm here to just talk about this guy named James. Okay. And this video. In fact, if he hadn't made this live stream of him, quote, dying or getting abducted, I wouldn't even be covering this, to be honest with y'all. But a lot of people felt that this was genuine. So let's take a look as if it were. So let's start here. This is his YouTube channel where everything has been posted. I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out. I don't think the guy deserves any subscribers, but whatever, you do you. He went and just started posting all of these videos, right? After he had uncovered this sort of cigar-shaped UAP that kind of looked like the Boogosphere, if you know what I'm talking about, but elongated, right? And basically just, you know, documenting his process, right, of dealing with this this thing and performing tests and doing this and that and getting a rash. We'll get into all of it. And then he decides to do a live stream after a few months here, and, you know, this whole fiasco happens, right? So let's just start with taking a closer look at this UAP, this UFO that he has, right?
Okay guys, here it is again. I just got home. It's really reflective, so I'm gonna try to not reveal myself in the reflection when I show you all the markings. So here's this side, and I'm still not touching it with my hand because I think it is dangerous or radioactive or something. It's really smooth. Here's that hexagram, which, yeah, I agree it doesn't look that good, but I can tell you I didn't make it. Like a triangle in the middle with two lines. And it's essentially the same on this side, but the markings are slightly different, like the words on the side. Let me find that other... Oh, there it is. Okay, guys. I guess that marks the day I posted on YouTube the full object, so now I'm gonna keep trying to post like every day so I don't disappear, but we all know how these things go, so just wish for the best for me, and I'll try to do some experiments with this and record it. I'll probably try to open it at some point, but I don't know how to do that right now. I also don't want to die if it's radioactive and blows up or something, but Anyway, yeah, this is the spinning around. So you can see it's like just the common pill shape of an object.
So, okay, you think, oh, what is this thing? This looks interesting, right? But, I mean, not to me, but whatever. I had seen this before and just ignored it, right? Because it was around the same time that that guy that put out the spray painted potato took off. That meteorite that fell and the thing was growing out of it, right? Like this guy sort of came out around the same time, essentially. And anyway, I ignored it, but this happened. Let's cover it. Now, let's go back to the beginning, where the oldest video on his channel is. Now, it doesn't, I think he deleted some videos, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, this is the oldest video on his channel of him talking about this object.
So I have it in this box here outside of my car, just to be safe. When I get close to it, I almost feel like throwing up. It's kind of weird, but it seems like the thing is, it seems like it's alive and it's dying. It's vibrating in patterns and it's vibrating weaker and weaker each time, so if I die, know that I did not commit suicide. I would never do that. I'm gonna try to bring this thing home and uncover the truth, no matter what it is. I don't care.
As you can see from these photos that he's uploaded himself, right, in video form, clearly has some editing skills. You know, he's basically got this thing on a couple of ammo boxes and styrofoam. And mind you, he's saying this thing is radioactive, but he's not touching it with his hands, but he's using a t-shirt.
And I'm still not touching it with my hand because I think it is dangerous or radioactive or something.
Because everyone knows a good 100% cotton Hanes can protect you from radiation. Anyway, so many red flags here, y'all. But before we even get going further, I'm not here to judge anyone that thought this was real or was interested in this. I get it. Do your thing. Go for it. You know, it's the internet. You know, believe whatever you want. But because he tried to make it seem like he died, that's crossing a line. I'm definitely going to vet this guy and tell you exactly what I think about this. And look, this video isn't going to be very popular for me, and I'm going to get a lot of hate in the comments probably, but that's okay. I felt it was my duty, and I felt like I'm always honest, regardless, raw. This is just how I feel about this. Again, think however you want, but rest assured, this guy is still alive and well, in my opinion. And I'll going to point out quite a few things that lead me to think that, and maybe you'll think the same thing. Again, you know, nothing wrong with being interested in this, right? I totally get it, but he crossed the line, and now you get vetted. So during his whole journey here, he also talked about getting a rash on his leg. Let's take a look.
A few days ago, like right when I got the object, I did notice I was itching my leg a little bit. There was like a little bump right here. I'm looking at it now, and every day it's really subtle, but now it's all the way down here. There's like these little bumps. It's a rash I've never had before. It's really itchy.
Which honestly, that doesn't look like anything. Why did he get the rash there, right? Whatever, I don't know. But he's claiming to have, medical injuries from this thing. And it honestly looks like he scratched it with his finger. The same motion he's making to look at it looks like the same mark you would get from that same motion. But whatever, let's assume that that's real. Let's continue. Because he also said he got followed by some crazy bat creature, and he uploaded this video in his truck driving down his country road. This guy clearly lives in the country. And, he's claiming some bat-looking figure, Mothman thing, chasing him.
Now, hopefully you guys don't think I'm going insane, because I am not. I'm telling you right now, like, I don't know what this is. Is this supernatural? Yes. It has to be, right? Like, I've seen it with my eyes. I saw it once. It's like a big, huge bat thing. Like, literally a demon. It's not a gray alien. It's not like a alien with a big head and black eyes. No, it's like a dark-skinned winged bat creature human.
And of course, we never see the figure in the video, and it's all just whatever, you know, think what you want again. But I'm highly suspicious, okay? And mind you, this guy never shows his face, right? Ever. Then he decides to, you know, do some test on it, right? He does a radio test, radio frequency test with this old Discman that he plugs in and, you know, puts it near the thing, and it starts, you know, staticky, right? Like, ooh, gotcha.
Okay, guys, I have an AM station set to this radio. An old crappy radio I found in my garage, just full of dirt and stuff, but this is about as far as I can get from it without it doing anything crazy. Yeah, I moved it back to the basement to make it more secure in the concrete walls here. And yeah, I'll bring it closer and show you guys kind of what goes on. You can already hear it starting, and it seems to, I've already tested it, so I know what it's going to do, but on the ends there, it seems a little more, more concentrated, you'd say. This radio's heavy.
I mean, honestly, it's like bonkers to me. Bonkers to me. But again, if you thought this was real, totally get it. You're interested. Let's see where this goes. Totally understand. Me personally, not here to waste my time, right? This guy is so full of it, in my opinion. Let's move on. This is a great part of it. He says he gets a letter, right, that essentially basically telling him he needs to turn this thing in, and it's from a foreign government, right, that they found it and this and that. And I found out from my Discord chat, which shout out to my Discord, because without them, you know, I wouldn't have found out a lot about this stuff. We did an open mic last night and we all talked about it, and shout out One String Puppet for really giving a breakdown on all of this, and everyone talked and put out all the red flags that we talked. I mean, there's so many, I can't cover them all in this video, okay, to be honest, because to me, it's not worth investing the time. I was enjoying an amazing steak, right, in an old Roman city here in Europe, and I gotta do this video? Boom, James. Oh man, I kind of hope you got abducted. Anyway, let's take a closer look at this document of how ridiculous it looks. So he's saying, to the custodian of the restricted artifact, and of course he's covering up parts, right? The Directorate of Sovereign Affairs, what? That doesn't even exist, has confirmed your possession of the object of critical national interest, henceforth referred to as the artifact. I mean, come on, if you've never seen a LARP, this is a LARP right here, right? So fake. Where's the letterhead? Where's the stamp? Where's anything officially? Literally just printed this out at home or at Kinko's, right? And it's telling them it's unauthorized, retention constitutes a direct violation of international statutes governing relics of strategic significance. That doesn't exist and doesn't make sense. You are hereby directed to surrender the artifact to an appointed emissary. Failure to comply will invoke immediate and severe repercussions. And of course, they don't go after him. He posted that months ago, right? He's just sitting in his car and it has the letter. I mean, all right, let's move on. So then he also claims like it's affecting the light and this and that. And of course, it only happens one time because he's able to video this thing so many different ways from Sunday and never has any problems. But he sets up this sort of light flickering, that he can't capture this thing.
How does that happen right when I'm recording too, by the way? That never ever happens. But first of all, that's going to be annoying. Okay. Wow, this thing has a mind of its own. Look at this. It doesn't want me to get a clear video of it.
But then somehow magically he's able to capture it seconds later. Literally 2 seconds later, he's able to video. So like, what are we talking about?
I'm going to walk in here. Look at my other hand. It's doing nothing. I'm not turning any lights off. This is insane right now. Okay, there it is.
And something that people caught in this that they pointed out to me, if you notice on his left hand, he has these like special rings that he clearly has made, handmade, because he knows how to weld and he knows how to work with metal. And that's what this is, in my opinion. He just horribly welded this thing together. If you look closely at, you can see all the marks are just horrifically put in, right? This is an alien. This is an alien object. I mean, get out of here. This guy clearly works with metal, lives out in the woods, right? He's got this redneck ingenuity, which I'm from Texas. I respect it. I know people like this, okay? I know a lot of people like this who could do this and put this together, right? And that's what this guy did. And people mention that to him. Hey, what about those rings on your hand? Those look like handmade. But next thing you know, he's not wearing the rings anymore. Doesn't wear the rings. Why? Because it affects the story. Wants to keep the LARP going, right? And you could see in these later videos, the most recent ones, he doesn't wear the rings. Not at all. And then this is where it gets interesting, because he decides he's going to start doing some live streams, because you see, up until that point, he'd just been uploading videos that he could edit and do whatever he wanted, right? Make sure it's perfect before he edits it. But he starts practicing the live stream, in my opinion, 10 days out from this. And he's always giving clues, right? I don't want to die. I hope I don't die. And if you look at the very first post that he put, right, in the description, his very first video that I showed you at the beginning, in the description, it says, I will not commit suicide. It's like he's just leading up to this point so that he could have this crescendo, right? This third act. Boom. I think he's practicing the live stream so that he could bring it to this point at the end where he fakes an abduction / death. And so the drilling begins.
Okay guys, just making an update today, after the live. I'm going to plan on opening it tomorrow. I'm going to get some more tools and everything. A lot of people are saying don't do it, but I'm going to at least attempt to. Now, not going to destroy the whole thing completely. I'm just going to attempt to open it. There's chickens in here.
So look, let's just watch the video, right? The best parts, because it's like a long live stream, but let's get to the part you all want to see, right? Take a look.
Hey guys, I'm here. I am opening it today, so we have a drill bit here. This is going to be, I'm going to start with a small hole, go bigger. Wait for everybody to get in. Wait a little bit here, but yes, I'll be drilling into it today. If it even is drillable. But yeah, tell your friends, tell everybody. Just wait for everyone to get in here, because this is where I might die. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright guys, it's showtime. Gonna take this drill. We're gonna see what we can do here. Make sure the bit's tight. Everything ready. I didn't find gloves, which is okay, but anyway, I'm just gonna not use gloves. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. Hold this in my hand. What is happening? Yes, I'm so nervous about this, guys, but anyway. Yeah, can I open this? Wow, is this a bad idea? It does have power. It's in Milwaukee. Look, it's full. Anyway, I guess we'll begin. I'm gonna go right in a hole there. Is this a good idea, guys? So over here, everybody says do it, say don't do it. Sponsor, there is no sponsor. I hope somebody will at least save this in case I die. It's just making me feel bad already, but anyway. We'll start on 1. Well, we can't put in 1. I guess we'll start at 2. What is that? No, 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 I'm sorry.
And then after he has this, fake death, essentially, he starts, the camera just cuts to this sort of thing right here that you can see on the screen, right? Just sort of white, whatever. And then at the very end, it just ends with this. But come on, let's be real. People were telling, I hadn't seen the video till today because I wanted to wait. Got all the information. Okay, let me wait because I want to react raw to it, right? It really see it because people were telling me, oh, the acting is if he's acting, holy cow, this guy deserves an Oscar. It's so good. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't know if I believe the object, this and that, but man, Patrick, that thing at the end where he gets hurt and what, I'm sorry. Oh my God. It's unbelievable. Daniel Day-Lewis, my left foot, there will be blood. Let's go, right? To me, that's the worst acting I've ever seen. I good Lord. I worked as an actor in my 20s, and I sucked, and I'm better than that. That was the worst acting I've ever seen. So I'm not sure what people were watching. What video did they watch? Maybe if you saw it live in the moment, there was more of an impact, but me watching it, I mean, come on, that is so fake.
What is that? No, 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 I'm sorry.
So fake. This is fake. Okay? There's nothing about this that is real, right? He drills into it. First of all, it looks like the drill's going backwards, reverse. He's not drilling into anything. And then, oh, what's that? There's a light appears. You can see the reflection in the object and in the bit, right? And then, oh, what's that? And puts the thing down and turns around. There's a light. Literally, it's a light, y'all. It's not an orb. People are like, there's an orb floating. There's nothing floating. It doesn't move. And in my opinion, he's got someone else working with him, standing back there just to hold this light up. I mean, come on, right? And it's just a light. And then he immediately freaks out. And oh my God. And people are like, he had a seizure.
No, 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 I'm sorry.
Again, this is one of those things where it's just open to interpretation. You think whatever you want. There's no way for me to prove he didn't die or get abducted by aliens. But let's look at the probabilities here. Does that really seem to you, based on everything we've seen, that that's what this is? No, the guy's just trying to grow a following. He's getting donations. He got monetized. He's making money, right? And to be honest, the video got like over 100,000 views, the live stream, but that's only going to make like $500. So he like sold his whole internet persona for $500. Now, granted, he never shows his face. People will recognize that voice if he tries to pop back up again, right? And again, people are genuinely concerned. They're looking to call the police, the authorities, his family. They're digging in. Don't get the internet involved, dude. You'll have thousands of people trying to find out where you are, and they already did. Apparently, people have already doxed him. This guy is an idiot, absolute idiot. And in my opinion, he needs to come forward and say that he faked and hoaxed this, because that's in America. There are laws against faking your death online. Yeah, believe it or not. That's a felony. This guy is in big trouble. He will lose his YouTube channel, right? As soon as this gets big enough people report it, right? Which I highly recommend people go report this video. And if you've ever watched a vetted video, I've never said that, ever, to do that. But in this instance, sorry, man. Look, you can't be faking this kind of stuff. People are genuinely concerned. People have hearts. They give you the benefit of the doubt. They have concern. They care. I don't blame people for thinking that he died or got abducted or something happened to him. That means you got a heart. That means you think, you know what I mean? It's admirable. And that's why it angers me even more that this guy is faking that and playing with people's emotions and vulnerabilities and people's, desire to believe in this stuff. I get it. But that desire, people will take advantage of. That's what this guy did. He knew that he could throw some shit up and a lot of people would fucking believe it without much of anything, right? And he brought it all to this point. Now what? It ends. He probably was tired of doing it. It's like, okay, I'll die on screen. I'll get abducted and let's just see if it works, dude. You're out in the country. You don't have a lot of time. He's out there feeding chickens. This to me was just all a LARP, a hoax, fake. And he fooled a lot of people. People actually believed it. Am I surprised by that? No. Did I believe it? No. Does that make me better? Not at all. We're all just different human beings with different experiences. And I do this every day. I see this stuff all the time. I have a keen eye for this stuff. I can tell right away. And in my opinion, this is absolutely, I would bet everything I own that this isn't real. I would bet everything I own that this isn't real and that he did not die or get abducted or anything. He created the entire thing with a buddy. He's drinking, he's burping while he's drilling and stuff. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. But again, if he hadn't claimed to have died or got abducted, I wouldn't care. But now you crossed the line. Now you're messing with people in a way it's too much. It's too much. I even saw creators who were genuinely concerned, right? Reach out. Let's find out if this guy's okay. And, it's like, dude, what are you doing, right? James, whatever your name is, you need to come out and put a video out that you fake this and you hoax this and hope that no charges come against you. Because this is not going to end well for you. And I hope if that nothing happens to you and people never find out who you are and all that, I hope you never get a good night's sleep for the rest of your life, dude. This is horrific what you did and disgusting, to be honest with you. You want to play a prank? You want to play a joke? I get it. But don't take it to that level, dude. Stupid. It's stupid. Don't play with people like that. You have family? What if someone did that to them, right? You're out there taking care of animals, it's so reckless. And the guy is obviously young. My guess is he's in his 20s. There's no way a grown man is doing this. This is a child. A child did this. So, all right, I'm done, going after this guy. It just really upset me and interrupted my amazing steak and my wonderful day. And I wanted to cover other things today. I made this beautiful MK Ultra deep dive yesterday that nobody saw because everyone was focused on this stupid guy, right? And look, to all the creators who covered this, I hope you got a ton of stuff out of it. It's all good. I'm not here to judge the creators that covered this. I get it. I hope they got the views and subscribers and stuff. Not this guy, not James. I hope he loses all his subscribers and all that. I don't want him to get anything. But all the creators who covered it, great, you know? So if you want to share this video and get it around and show people, go for it. I think a lot of people, again, are probably going to be upset that I'm not believing this. And why would you cover it if you think it's fake? I'm covering it because a ton of people think he died and were begging me to cover this. So that's why I'm covering it. That's the job of Vetted. We vet it together. Our huge group in Discord yesterday vetted it together. I'm bringing some of that information today, so along with some other things. And there was many more things I could have pointed out, red flags. Go through, use your critical thinking and actually watch that video and ask yourself, is that real? It's not.
What is that? No, I'm sorry.
All right, betters. We'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, every day's a gift, y'all. Peace.
Hey, Space Brother. This is Justin in New Brunswick, Canada. And in 2018, while I was shooting B-roll in a little town that claimed to have seen a sea monster in 1976, I decided to fly my drone over a particular area that had like a micro lighthouse. So I was going to throw the drone up in the sky, bring it back down, and then do kind of a slow approach flyby of this little lighthouse. So I did a few takes of that until I was satisfied, and then I sent my drone to its return to home location. So at this point, it kind of shot itself back up to the altitude that was predetermined. And as it hovered there for a minute, I watched it before it made its descent down to the ground, when all of a sudden, this, for lack of a better term, a UAP showed up right there over top of me. Now, it turns out I had a telephoto lens that I just purchased because I was chasing ufologist Chris Stiles in the back of the grandchildren of Jacques Cousteau in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. So I grabbed it, set it up, and took footage of this thing, and it looked like an electric blue circle with a white rim around it, and kind of like a really, kind of an electric peace symbol kind of in the middle, little spokes. And I was astounded, and I was shocked, and in my mind's eye, or maybe it wasn't, all I could think of was, how do I say this? Why are you so surprised? We are real. You don't need any more proof. But here's sort of the final straw that will break your skeptical mind. And I watched this and called 3 or 4 of the witnesses. One, Chris Stiles, ufologist. The other was Lori Wickens, the original witness to the Shag Harbor UFO incident. And another lady who I made a previous documentary about her being abducted by aliens. It was an astounding moment for me and a confirmation, and not the first time I saw UFOs. But the most interesting part of this story was that this was literally right down the road from the 1967 world's only government documented UFO crash in Shag Harbor, Nova Scotia. Love your show. Keep it up, Patrick. All the best into the future, especially with the psionics documentary, of which I have another story for you that I'll save for another time. All the best, Justin.